Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are here to continue our playthrough of Total War Three Kingdoms, playing as Sun Jian. And we did have a surprise, yet a successful battle ending the last episode with Sun Jian. Yuan Shao's forces crossed over the river and met us in battle, and we were able to overcome that threat. I think what I'm going to look at doing up here in the north, since over here my buddy the Duchy, Duchy of Jian, took over the trade port I was interested in just for the income value it would have. I'm not really that interested to keep pushing north past the Yellow River. So I'm going to see if I can't suit peace with Yuan Shao and end that the immediate northern threat. There's more that can always turn against me. But right now, let's see if we can make peace with Yuan Shao. See if he's open to that. And let's negotiate. He has, let's see, Kongzhu that we're already at battle with is an ally, but I'm not looking to make peace with Kongzhu. He's not a vassal, so it shouldn't automatically happen. I'm looking to make peace only with Yuan Shao. And he definitely wants peace. He's feeling the hurt that I've been putting on him. Let's see what I can get out of this. Right now, I wouldn't mind having a non-aggression pact up north, and I wouldn't mind getting some payment out of him. And we will get a decent amount, it looks like, and I'm all for that. The cost of not doing well in a battle. Let's go slightly positive. What are we, negative 0.7? We got to upgrade that. Negative 0.2, negative 0.1. Now we should be even, Steven. Oh, we're plus 0.1. We're fine with that. There we go. So we get almost 5,000 coin out of that deal. Plus we now have at least temporarily a non-aggression pact that we don't have to worry about Yuan Shao as we turn our focus down against Kongzhou. Excuse me. And let's close this chapter at the moment. Let's get Sun Jian moving out towards the south. I guess the quickest way to do that would be continue moving through Liu Bai's territory. But I kind of want to get out. With Sun Jian, let's move through our own vassals' territory. We'll do it that way. And then for this first turn, let's see if I can rapid move. How far that can get us. Actually, it can get us down here somewhat in my own territory if I do a forced march. And that appeals to me. So I'm in my own territory, and we signed peace. Yes, we did. And now we've got Sun Ce. We got to get you down south to help out our effort down there. We're also going to look at force marching you, see how far you can get down to the south. And it's not all that great, is it? Not all that great as far as distance, but let's bring you down this way so you can exit Liu Bai's territory next turn, even though we have military access. I don't want to abuse it. Okay, so the north is kind of settled at the moment. Now let's refocus down here, and I think we have Kong Rong, which is coming around the bend. She'll be coming around the mountain, but in this case, he'll be coming around the peninsula, up and headed towards Guangling, the port. So I'm going to reverse course on Sun Ren since she is the closest, and I think, let's see how far she can get in forced march, because she's strong enough, I think, to make that move and get back close to the port to provide some relief. So we're going to move Sun Ren in that direction. And then what we'll do is we will then take Sun Quan and move him to the south, and I think we'll just park Sun Quan on his first move here, just let him get that last little bit of replenishment, not that he really needs it. That way, based on what happens over here, I can move to the east, I can move to the west, towards Kangzhou. So we'll just do a basic move down here with Sun Quan and kind of have him hold here at the junction. So that is the move in the east that we're going to look at. See what we can do to counter Kong Rong coming down. I don't want to just make peace with him. First of all, I think our army is superior to him. Secondly, I want to stay at war with the Han Empire so I can make my move further into the lands over here of Liujiang. So I don't think, unfortunately, I'm kind of in some swampy looking areas, so my movement is not looking decent. But I'll continue moving towards this remnant force and eventually down to this Han Empire Ba, the large town. Ba! We can take that without any battle, right? We can take it. I have two options. I can let this little remnant army escape, and I'm thinking if I can get into the river over here. Now my movement doesn't look like it'll even let me get to the river. Or I can move overland. So let's start pushing up this way with our force. We still have the option open next turn to move overland or to move down to the river if I think that's going to get us to where we want to go quicker. Okay, that looks to be the move. We do have a new reform to pick up. And I'm looking, we got a couple options on our reforms. The one I had been working towards is ever-level granaries. That finally gets availability to me of medium halberd infantry, our first halberd upgrade that we're going to be able to unlock. I also have the option to go down here to feudal magnets and pick up Azure Dragons, which I also think is another cool unit. But since I'm, at the moment, I've never used or not super familiar. You can tell I haven't played this game enough yet to know the benefits. I know I want them, to work with them and try them out, but I'm going to go with the halberds first because I have a lot of those that could use some upgrading, and then probably after that we'll look at the feudal magnets as far as a promotion to help me upgrade our forces. So let's go right to start ever level granaries. Alright, we do have some building available and I have some cash to do such building with, so let's see where I want. We got some negative popularity, we got faction support in Guangling because I just took it over, that'll go away. Chen is a little on the negative side, which is something we want to keep our eye on. Is there anything we can do here to help that out? I have to have a small regional city in order to upgrade that. This hurts public order. That doesn't do anything to public order. And that doesn't do anything to public order. So Chen, what is causing this negativeness? The population. Aha. So maybe upgrading to the next city size helps the feeling of crowdedness by spending the money on the next largest city. Does that... I'm still unclear on the unhappiness with population. If making a larger city goes against that, I need to look into that. But if anyone knows, please drop me a comment. Save me some time having to research that and look into it. Let's take a look at how we're sitting in Changsha. Ooh, the Grand Tea House. Wouldn't that be nice to be able to build? I require entrepreneurs to get up there. So entrepreneurs is something we got to keep looking at. The Grand Temple of Confucius would help our happiness, which is not a disaster in this area yet. So I'm going to save the money at the moment. We do have ability to upgrade our port here. We have an industrial cargo. We need entrepreneurs for the max buildings on the others. So I'm going to have to take a look at the best way or quickest way to gain entrepreneurs and unlock that. Let's look in Zhangling. All the rest are kind of positive. Peng Cheng, that's not good. And I don't know that there's much I can do. They're hurting on the reserves. Let's get over to Peng Cheng. And that's because we're hurting. That's because I'm so remote over here. So that may eventually revolt on me. I don't know there's anything I can really aggressively do to turn that over until I get to war with Gongsun and can consolidate a commandery over here. So that may be not worth my worrying about. If you have other ideas on how I can turn around the public order in Peng Cheng, please let me know. It'd be terrible to have to lose the Grand Temple over here, and I think it gives me some positive bonuses for my whole faction. Poyang, what are we up against here? You're not liking the idea of the population, what that's doing over here, but this will increase our public order. So there's a real simple upgrade to public order right here. We go from +2 to plus, and that's a quick solution down there. So with that in mind, let's see what we want to do. We're anti-population in Chen, that's causing problems, so we will try the upgrade to the city and see if that has any kind of an impact. And then Guangling will just turn around after we've been there a little longer. So, and what's the last thing we got going in Badong? We need it to be a small regional city to get up to the next to keep going on the upgrades here. And that'll help my public order in Badong, and that's something I need, but do I have another quicker way to do it? That's population growth. And we can get up to a trading port, which is probably what I want to, something I can do right away, but I'm almost thinking to help the public order we need to grow this city first to a city, but it needs to be a small regional city before I can get this one built up. Well, let's start that progress, because that ultimately will help my public order. And that's it for the building right now. We got the per turn income to start looking at building a new army, but we won't go ahead with that right yet. Wooden ox. I should have someone that can maybe use a wooden ox. And who was I needing to look at there? What does the wooden ox help? It helps resolve. So it looks like Huang Gai, you're someone who can use some help with your resolve. We can always increase that because that adds to your health, which is important for my main dueling guy in this army. So let's equip you there, increase your satisfaction and resolve to help your health. Yep, it went up a little bit. And finally, I think that is the turn. So let's get ready to see what the next turn brings for us here. Kind of set the scene. Now Kong Rong all of a sudden wants peace, but you're just a little too early for that peace, Kong Rong. I actually am interested in it eventually for you, but I got a little Han Empire dealing to do with right now too, so I'm thinking too bad, we're going to stay at war with you right now. Nice to know you want peace if I should decide that's what I want down the road. And he's moving up the river. Does he come to land? No, he keeps moving up the river. And we may just jump out in the river and go after him and do a little auto-resolve river battle just to wear him down. We shall see. So he's kept his force, Kong Rong, down there on the river. Let's see. Ma Teng declared war on the Duchy of Zhang, our best bud over there. And he's declaring independence from the Duchy of Zhang, so that just causes some automatic conflict, I guess. Shi Hui declared war on Jia Long. So Jia Long, who I was just at war with, has another war on his hands down there. And finally, reckless versus cautious. On the issue of war, you find two schools of thought emerging between your generals. One argues that we must push our advantage and not waste time. The other suggests that rushing in without due thought could easily lead us into obvious traps. both sides have merits. And we have Sun Jian and Lun Song, or Sun Jian and Lu Ji. We can, I don't know which one I might need to make her desire to have happier. I don't have the ability to look at all my guys to begin with, do I? Lun Song, he's a commander. And we got Lu Ji. He's legendary, but I think he's the guy I picked up recently. But he's happy at the moment as far as I can tell. I'm going to go with my commander, Lun Song. He proposes caution, and I do tend to be more of a cautious kind of a guy. So let's go that way. Character developments, new people of merit moving through. Once I start looking to increase my armies, I'll look at that closer. And new capitals have been established for the Han Empire. Okay, let's take a look down here with Kong Rong. We may just decide to see if we can get down. And he's at forced march. Let's take you off forced march here, Sun Ren. And let's take you right out into the water. Can I get you out into the water on a move, or is that considered zone of control? Let's just go right here and see if we can reach him to attack him on the waterfront. Yes. It's only a Pyrrhic victory, but just to kind of knock out Kong Rong, let's do it. Or is he close enough? No, I can't get my other force up there without withdrawing. So let's delegate this Pyrrhic victory. That's my only option. And we're down Kong Rong here. We gained some heroism out of it, but I'm sure we're going to lose. We lost a lot of troops. 1821. Let's go with the replenishment and force Kong Rong back down the river. The good thing is we should be able to... Can we come to land here? Not quite. We're not able to. So I think with that in mind, Kong Rong is the only threat over on this side. What we'll do is we'll get Sun Ren to replenish up on land next turn, and we will send Sun Quan over towards the enemy in this direction. And he's almost fully replenished. We'll take one more move of regular movement down here and head him towards Kang Zhao and see where he's at. He still hasn't. I'm shocked. I expected him to be foraying out and taking some of my territories and causing me some income hurt along the way, but that has not happened. So I think we are going to force march one more turn to get me close to being able to better react against Kang Zhao. And let's get Sun Ce moving, and we'll keep him on fast march also, moving down in that direction. In fact, we'll just come straight down the center also here. Get into my lands out of Liu Bai's. We don't need to push our treaties, do we? And we have a character gained rank. Who was that? Sun Ren. After that naval battle, we get to promote you. So let's take a quick look over there at Sun Ren. Your strength is instinct. We'll see if we can plus 10 morale in enemy territory, plus 25 charge bonus for your own retinue, and you do have the cavalry. It's just nice to have a charge bonus on. So I'm kind of thinking that's just where we'll start out and go. There's some definite bonuses moving either way from there, so we're going to go with Fury since you have the cavalry. Do we have any horses available? No. It'd be nice to get you a better steed to speed you up too, but not for now. So we're done in the east, we're done in the north, in the center. Let's go out to the west and see what we can do over here. We can continue traversing on land. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Do I want to move down here via the river? Yeah, let's get into the river. I think ultimately overall that's going to get us the farthest, the quickest, and there we go. So that seems to be what we're going to do. We got our heroism bar has been doing well for us, and that really has gone a long way in helping our satisfaction. Gushoyang, court nobles. Do we have some administrator positions? Where are we building right now, and where do we want to look at administrator positions? I haven't really been paying attention to that and utilizing that to its full benefit. We have lots of assignments we could be handing out here. I'm going to put -10, -10. I think we're going to put Lu Ji over construction in Changsha, because as I'm able to, we'll hopefully be able to do some building there. What are some of these other tax counteract corruption? This is probably actually maybe Lun Song. Maybe that's the one we will do. We will put you to counteract corruption in our main territory. And then we're going to be doing some continued building probably. Where would that be? Well, we might as well put you also in Changsha, Luji. And then we'll put another builder down in, or up in Badong, or down in Chen maybe. Or up in Chen. Yeah, let's do my assignment up there for building with Gu Shouyang. Okay, we got some administrators actually put out there. Have forgotten about that for a while. And let's see what adventures the next turn brings us. Can we take it finally to Kongzhou and get that threat in the middle of our lands out of the way? Wouldn't that be nice? And by kicking back Kong Rong, he's not a threat, so perhaps we can remain safely at war with him and then make some moves against the Han Empire. That's what I'm hoping. I get this territory taken over here, the commandery of Ba the large city, so we have access to Liuzhang and give a little payback for declaring war on us over here. Okay, next turn. Let's zoom in somewhere and see what happens. See if Kangzhou makes... Ah, there, I knew that was going to be coming too. Gongsun-zhan, I just was not feeling comfortable with him up on our border and being so angry against us, so we are now at war with Gongsun-zhan. Do I want to bring... No, I'm not going to force, because Gongsun-zhan isn't nearby the Duchy of Zong. We're not going to call for aid. I'm hoping we can handle Gongsun-zhan on our own. Kong Rong, are you going to move your forces along that river? I'm not seeing us zoom down over there to see what you're doing. What are you doing? There you are. We got you in full retreat. That's good. That's what I wanted. That means we can get Sun Ren building back up. What have we got here? Kong Zhao. Oh, he is moving out at last. Kong Zhao has moved out against one of my territories. It took him long enough. Looks like we are going to lose Zhangjia, the farmland, but we hopefully can then pay him back for this. He's got a fairly strong army deployed. Look at that. He's gonna be weakened down for when my forces swoop in there to knock him out. Let's just delegate this battle since it's predicted decisive defeat anyway. And it was a decisive defeat. He only lost 886. My garrison is definitely wiped out. And what did he do? Did he not take it over? Maybe he just ransacked it. Is that what he did? We'll find out. So Zhangzhou, the farmland, is mine, but it looks like if we zoom in here, he has damaged it and we're going to have to spend a little money to repair it. So he's just kind of doing the hit and run. He didn't want to be too far away from his territory as we move in. Now, if Gongsun Ran is going to do what I expect, Gongsun Jian, yes, I'm expecting to lose Peng Cheng, excuse me, my lips won't cooperate with what my mind tells it to say. And so I'm planning, I had a feeling that might be his first target. So that just gives me a little time to react against Kangzhou in the south. What I'll probably do is maybe send Sun Ce off in that direction against his forces to get some protection over that way. So let's get you over to Chen, the city, to get you off in that direction. Everybody else will continue taking that threat in our middle. We're going to park you right there for now. Sun Jian, I think we're going to take you off forced march at this point. That gets you down to the border. We're in the harvest season, but it's going to help by starting to give me some vision into the lands of Kangzhou. So let's get you up to the border. And we get vision, but it's not really great vision. And we'll just hang out on the border for the moment. And then over here we're going to bring Sun Quan over. We won't fast march. You will do one more turn just to have you at max full strength, I'm thinking, because that'll start getting you in range or getting close to in range. So let's get you down here to the toolmaker. And then we have Sun Ren. Now ideally to be positioned against Gongsun Zan, because he's got a nice big stack of an army up here. I think we're going to, boy, it'd be nice to get up to the small city, but that's going to take me a while to get up there to fix ourselves up and lick our wounds. But we're going to move in that direction. That's the direction we're going to move in. See, we'll kind of get a feel, is Gongsun Zan going to move down towards our port city or our small city over here. So I'm going to start moving towards a small city. I'm going to pick that as what I think his target is going to be. And that's where I'm planning to convalesce. And unfortunately, I can heal along the way as I'm moving up in that direction. So as far as moving my forces, I think I have moved them around as necessary. What about over here in the west? What do I need to do? Let's go moving on down the river. Oh, Liu Jiang is on the river now. Well, I have an oversized force compared to Liu Jiang's force led by Yang Yuzhen. Can I reach? Possibly. I definitely outnumber, and I definitely feel I'm the stronger force, so that may be... Maybe see if I can reach for an auto-resolve. Let's find out. It's only a Pyrrhic victory, but it's a victory, so let's delegate. I'm a lot closer to my homeland to be able to start replenishing right here off the river. Liu Jiang is going to have a lot farther to march to be able to get in her own territory to replenish, so let's delegate this Pyrrhic victory. That's a Pyrrhic victory. Woo, one whooping heroism. A Pyrrhic victory I'm not opposed to going after. We have the General Chen Chao. He's lower level. I'm just going to release. I don't know that I necessarily need this guy at the moment. And we will go for recruitment. A keen ear. Having won the battle, all sit around feasting and enjoying music. However, even after drinking a great amount, Zhao Yu recognizes and winces at a sour note. He stops the music and takes the Jinhua from the musician, then motions for everyone to start playing again, joining in with a fluid ease. So there's my musician pal over there with Sun Tse saying, let me play. I'm not going to hit those sour notes. So he's across the border here already replenishing this guy that we defeated. I would be nice if I wasn't so depleted. I may force myself in here. We'll see. Maybe I'll see if that might be a play to try to move against the large town, see how strong they are to defend it even though I'm depleted, and do my reinforcing there. Otherwise I'm just going to move to shore here depending on what that looks like. Traits gained. Zhang Fang is now gained the trait of honesty. I have an ancillary, a book of charges. So we have someone with cunning perhaps that can use a book of changes or charges, did I say? Oh, book of changes. Helps if you read the letters right. Let's see what kind of ancillaries we got. Well, you got that bow. Yeah, let's keep you with the bow. That's what you came with. That's your favorite device. And here we go. Let's take that down to Zhuhan. Increases the chance of ambushing and avoiding ambush. So let's equip right there. And the ancillary is quickly put to use. We finished the guard posts in Poyang, so hopefully that helps. Yeah, we got our happiness fixed down in Poyang, so that's a good thing to have taken care of. Sieges and blockades. Zhangzhou farmland was sacked. Yeah, we know that. But in the process of sacking it, I believe he was depleted a bit, and with my forces moving down, we'll see how quickly he's able to replenish. And we are at war with Gongshengzhan, as we know. We got a promotion ahead of us. Let's get Zhe Yue promoted. Perception, ignoring forest penalties. Intensity allows mighty knockback. And you do have some cavalry, which could potentially benefit from the charge speed bonus. Then we also have the ability to increase our melee evasion for melee infantry. We do have some decent infantry also in our unit. So let's go with that one that dovetails with increasing your expertise, which is also melee evasion. Let's go up there. Play to your strengths for the moment before we pick up that mighty knockback. Okay, I think I'm just going to be fine at the moment with those funds. Let's see with any of our forces. Whoop, zoom out as I move, or I'll make everybody dizzy and I'll lose my direction of where I'm going. Sun Jian, do we have some ability down here to upgrade any units? Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, we haven't finished our halberd reform, so I shouldn't be able to build the medium halberds yet. But I definitely can upgrade my spear infantry. Have I done so yet? I'm going to start a little bit of a slow upgrade of your spear infantry for Huanggai here. Let's start right here. Oh, I changed the halberd. Once again, I looked at this guy that I wanted to upgrade but didn't click down on it. So there we go. We are going to upgrade one more time with the unit I wanted to upgrade right there. And then this lower level one we'll switch over. No, we'll just have extra spear guards. I just like a little more offensive capability. So yeah, we're gonna swap this guy back to a halberd. What a waste of money. That's what you get for a misclick. And we will go ahead, and this other low level we will see about upgrading. We should have just enough funds to get to heavy spear guard right there. Okay, there's our upgrade. We've spent our money on. We still have decent income per turn. And I think that's all I'm going to do this turn. It's time to let the next turn flow and see what it brings for us. We'll keep our eyes down front and center at Kong Zhao and see what he does, see what his play is for this turn. We have Sun Quan moving in from the east. We have Sun Jian moving down from the north. And we have Sun Ce worrying about the impact of Goshongzan, and we also have Sun Ren about to camp in the city over here to do the same. This is the army that worries me the most, though, because Sun Ren isn't fully replenished yet. So that's what we're looking at. Let's see what the next turn brings. And he's going to beat us to Guangling, the small city. Kong Rong decides to come back right at us. So maybe that's who we focus on to kind of pay him back for moving back into the picture. And now we have Zhang Yan joining the war against us. So let's see, can we see exactly where Zhang Yan is? Up into the north. So we got threats back up in the north. This will never end. That means all the more urgency to take care of Kong Zhu in the middle and get rid of him. So I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is move Sun Ren back into the water as she's replenishing here on the coast and take care of Kong Rong again. It means I'm going to lose this small city that we just took over to Gongchengzan, and so we're going to have to do some taking back from him, but we got Sun Ce that will move up to the border here and start seeing maybe we can pay him back in other places. Gongchengzan requested Zhengjiang join their war, so that is a lot more of a threat now all of a sudden, though. Zhengjiang, we'll have to see how all these things, because Zhengjiang is right on my northern border also. And Yuan Shao signed a peace with the Duchy of Zhang. Let's see, I'll have to also see if I can't figure things out with diplomacy up here. We'll have to see about getting my bud over here, Duchy of Zhang, involved too in some way. And we have a noble birth to Sun Ce. This time it's a son, Sun Quang. So that'll be a few years before he comes available, but joyous occasions with the noble birth. Traits gained. Sun Jian has now gained the influence of trustworthy. Sun Quan and Qiu Shangping are now gaining friendship and camaraderie, and we have someone else moving through the area. So let's start thinking about what I need to work on. So now, as far as battles, we got Zhengjiang right on the northern border. That's an issue. And let's just kind of get a feel diplomatically where they're looking. Zhengjiang, where is she? Right here. So she's not a vassal of anybody. Overall, her forces are weaker than us, but I don't have any spare forces to send up there right now. Perhaps I need to see. Let's take a look first of all here at promotion levels. I am so close to this next rank so I can build another army, but I'm not there yet. So I really am interested in continuing my push against Kong Zhao in the south. I think I just have to perhaps give up some territory over here. But how committed is Zhengjiang? She was asked to come to war, but you know, how committed are you? She's committed early. It's early war fervor, so we're not going to get any peace with these new guys right off the bat. I'm going to have to make some inroads here elsewhere. If worse comes to worse, no, I'm going to continue on the path we are. So let's see. Can you reach Sun Ren? Let's get out of diplomacy so I can start doing what I need to do. Sun Ren, can you reach on the river Kong Rong? That's the question. Let's get you onto the river. And you cannot quite reach him down here. So we're going to lose some territory that we just gained over here in the east But let's see if Sun Ce can counter that a little farther to the north as we get you towards the border here, and Pengcheng, the small city. And it looks, no, it is garrison, so that's not going to be an easy nut to crack, but we can get him thinking about things by having our force nearby. And maybe prevent him from taking other actions, knowing I'm sitting on his doorstep. So I'm going to have to worry about the forces that, or how many territories I'm going to lose up here to this army of Gongsun led by Tuoba Shulan. And down here I'm going to keep moving Sun Quan, I think. It means if I can get rid of this threat right here in my center, it really frees me up to go fighting right back to Gongsun. So that is my thinking, is what we will do is try to get rid of this force right in my center and then head right back against our other enemy. Now, what is the best way for me to get up here to the farmland? Where are the roads to get up there? So it may just be worth my while to head north. This is Lubai. We have the treaty to get up north, head north, and then start cutting over to the farmland over here. That's where I'm going to send Sun Quan. In fact, we can get all the way north across the river and start cutting over that way. There we go. He is on his way to the Yangzhou farmland. We've got a small city here, Runan. We also have Runan, the iron mine. Is it best? Let's move. Let's see, it's autumn. So we're going to be heading to the winter next turn. He has a fully garrisoned force in here. So I think I'm going to pass and wait for the, oh boy. I want to get by, but I know I'm trying. Unfortunately, I don't know if the iron mine is garrisoned because he had two forces. A shorter stack, or if that force is over in the farmland. And once I get that figured out, we'll determine what I do with Sun Jian, because right now I don't have a spare force available, and I'm worried about, with so many forces up north that we're going to be going against. She has armies floating around up here. Jing. No, I don't see him immediately here, immediately nearby. Let's see if I have some negotiating to do with the best bud Duchy of Zhang. Let's see if we can get him, maybe get his attention focused on Zhengzhan. He's already at war with Zhangyan up north, so maybe it's not much of an ask to get him going against Zhengyan. Let's see if I can get him. Request military support from the Duchy of Zhang. Let's see what that would be, and go against Zhengzhan. Is that something that he would be open to? He could easily be talked into it. So yeah, he's not thrilled with that person. I think I will look at making him happy and giving him something to make this a reality. What are you more likely to need? Food? Obviously that's way too much. We're not going to give you that much. Oh, you definitely can use some food. So we'll give you a couple things of food to help you out, Duchy of Zhang, and let's have you help me out and provide some forces against Zhengzhan. And perhaps we can set a war target up there now that we're here. Set a war target. Have you worry about going against Hedong. and Sun Jian requested they join my war, and they have. So hopefully that'll slow down any threat from the north by getting my bud focused on them and distracting them. I got my hands full with Gongshengzhan over here, and well, not so much Kong Rong down here, and Kong Zhao in the center. Let's get out west where I still have options available. It's the last bit where I need to make some decisions. The forces from over here, Liu Zhang, have withdrawn, so I'm wondering, in my capacity, would I be able to take this Han Empire town? Decisive victory, let's just delegate it and take it. And we will convalesce here a tiny bit before looking to move in against. There we go. And there's one of the armies rebuilding, but Liu Zhang will have to start preparing for us. Let's see, we got a lot of forces out. Yeah, we need to do some replenishment over here before we can move on. Do we have any fixing or constructing to do over here? No, not at the moment. So we'll park ourselves right here and kind of strengthen back up. For the moment. Do I have any other forces that need to be moved? Sun Jian, yeah, Sun Jian is the one. The question is, I don't want to move down here with not knowing where and what I want to do and take a hit to my supplies in case I need to siege a little bit, so I'm going to hold off. I don't know if that's going to kill me or hurt me. Do I need to be more aggressive and move in there right away? Hemming and hawing a little bit on that one. Hemming and hawing a little bit on that one. All right, so we got a lot going on, folks, about to happen. I think what I'm going to do is end the mission at this point. I want to have some time to think about what I want to do while I still have Sun Jian on the border. If you have ideas, tell me to be aggressive, tell me to charge in, tell me where you think I need to go with him. I'm wide open to hearing your thoughts. Otherwise, I think we got everybody else pretty well placed. We'll be able to counter Kong Rong. If worse comes to worse at the moment, I can make peace with him if there turns out to be more threats from him that I can't handle, just so I can focus on Kong Zhao and Gongshengzhan. And then over here I now have a clear pathway to react again to Liu Zhang. So unfortunately it's only with one army, so I got to be careful. He has some forces over there that can gang up on me, because we've seen two different stacks. So it's not a done deal over here either. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from Western Kentucky. I appreciate each and every one of you that takes the time to watch my videos. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great day.